I love you so much.
Come on, I love you so much.
I love you so much.
I love you.
No, I love you so much.
In our white, but it was kind of a given. I knew that you would wear white.
Oh, well, it kind of happens because it's an energetic thing. There's
Oh,
something that happens when certain, colors are utilized because they're all energy. And so, but there's something that happens with my ability to teach and interact that has to do with the nature of what we're teaching and the nature of what we're doing. And so actually, when I would travel, I would take all kinds of different colors with me. And then when I would get there, I would feel the energy of the group and then we all work together. That's what.
I love that. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so we're live. Hi, everybody.
Hey, sweet.
Hi.
Hey,
The conversation that Dr. Sue and I were having.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah, we're just talking about everything is energy, right? And so we have to learn how to utilize energies in the right way if we want specific outcomes in our lives to be easy. So that's what we were chatting about.
If we want specific outcomes in our lives to be easy, so we have to use energy. Keep going with that. I like it. I like it.
Well, the things that we dream of or we desire that we want, or even that we want to heal or resolve, they all carry an energy. Everybody knows what it feels like when you walk into a room where people have been fighting and it's like, whoa, you can cut the air, it's so thick.
Yeah.
And we also know what it's like when somebody's like in love. You're like, what's going on with you? There's something about you. And these are, kind of more surface levels of what I'm talking about. But because we've all had that experience, we can relate to the fact that everything is energy and energy is vibrating in certain frequencies. And we have to learn how to manage that, how to master it and collaborate with it and work with it so that we can surf this wave that's trying to move through our lives and carry us into our full potential and carry us into abundance and wholeness and a feeling of fulfillment and well-being. And it's not hard. It's just that no one has ever really taught us exactly how to do that until
how to move through excuse me, but when shit hits the fan, how do we rise and thrive and adapt? That's my new motto. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt.
Rise and thrive and adapt.
Are we rising, thriving, and adapting?
Yeah.
And that's everything that you talk about. That's everything that you share. Okay, let me just do a little slight introduction. Hi, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
Dr. Sue. So for those of you who don't know me, that I'm Liz Dawn, because a lot of you don't know who I am, and that's okay. I'm Liz Dawn, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Celebrate Your Life events. And I've been working with Dr. Sue. She's been appearing at all of our live conferences and events for many years. From the moment I met her, it was like, oh my gosh, this woman, she's got to come to our events. And for those of you that have been to our events, you know that they're awesome, amazing soul fests and awesome experiences. So right now, of course, we're not doing live events because we want to honor what's going on in the world, I guess. I don't know how to really say that. We want to stay healthy and happy, and we're doing social distancing at any rate, but that doesn't mean that we have to do social distancing and stopping our learning and stopping our spiritual education and thriving and rising.
Right.
So Dr. Sue and I are going to have a really great conversation about energy, and I'm just going to jump right into it again. And hello, everybody. Everybody's saying hi. Anne Marie and Bren, and Mona and Mary, and Kathy and Janet and Molly.
The chat. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, say hi to us if you're there. If you're watching us, please say hi and maybe tell us where you're from or what you're up to or how your energy's doing. I'd love to hear how everyone's energy is doing. Oh, Tanya Mallet here. Tanya is an artist. She's a
photographer extraordinaire.
Right. She's a click.
Yes. Extraordinaire. Yeah. Very good.
Extraordinaire. Yeah, Tanya, I'd love to meet you too. Raquel is here and Bren is here and Lucy's here. Everybody's here. The COVID thing is getting exhausting. Can't even go to beaches. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that and how do we rise and thrive and adapt our energy to everything that's going on. And then stay with us during this conversation because we've got a super heavy, fabulous, orgasmically wonderful surprise towards the end of this conversation. So hang in there if you want to hear. I'm holding lip gloss.
Lip gloss.
Yeah, I had to gloss my lips a little bit because I'm going to talk a lot, so and I have to look pretty. All right,
you, Liz. Awesome. I don't have lip gloss. I have a Sharpie, but I don't. You don't want to put that on your lips, right?
Well, let's see what we have on our desks. Oh, I have a crystal.
Oh,
What do
You
you
know what? I have a
have?
crystal so big. I have my foot on it right now. It's so big I can't pick it up. It's
Okay.
it's beautiful. It's called Celestite, and it has to do with communications between the realms, and it's a very big support to me. So crystals
I
are
want to
very,
see. Hold it up. Hold it
it's
up.
so big I can't pick it up. I can
You
try
really?
if you're really serious. Do you want me
No.
to do it?
No.
I could demonstrate my brute strength.
No. Then Elise will have to work on you, your back, or something, or Jeff will have to come there and work on your back.
Okay.
Okay, so all right, this is what I was kind of waiting for, to see what's going on with everyone. All right, grateful to have stumbled on this. Energy is in a funk right now. Yep, COVID is getting to her. Yep. Hello from Scottsdale. Hi, Lynette from Scottsdale. We're still in a heat quarantine here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Okay, so we're going to talk all about this. All right, so just stay tuned for the end of the conversation, because we've got a really fun surprise. We've got something very cool that we're going to share with you. But first, let's talk about energy. Let's talk about, like, how do we rise, thrive, and adapt? Like, how do we get through this storm that we're in, and keep ourselves intact energy-wise, or any kind of tips? Just help us.
You bet. You bet. So, you know, Liz, I think one of the best things that we can do to be able to navigate what's going on is to change our context about it. The solution in life is always get a bigger context. Whenever you're stuck, whenever you feel compressed, or you feel cramped, or you feel, just isolated or depressed and not thriving, the ancient history of the flying up of consciousness, which is demonstrated in every indigenous culture, is to set a bigger context. See the bird's eye view on your life. Take a look from way up higher, like climb up the ladder and look down at your life from a different perspective. And from the bird's eye view, it's a lot easier to thrive when we realize that actually what's happening right now for humanity is an opportunity. There's an opportunity right now because the whole of humanity is having to step into their creative energy, start to reframe how they look at life, get out of autopilot and become more creative about the ways that we go about doing things that are regular, the ways that we go about doing things that we love to do or that we want to do. We can't just hop in the car and go do what we want to do and without thought like we were. And so that added consciousness is actually an invitation for you to realize that the whole of humanity right now is operating in a greater sense of creativity. And when we're in a greater sense of creativity, we have an opportunity to open up more possibilities and more opportunities to flow through our lives. So it is as if we are attracting greater things, more abundance, more opportunity, and experiencing our full potential. But really what's actually happening is we're revealing more of who we are by bringing our presence to the situation rather than just going on autopilot all the time. When we bring our presence to any situation, the situation becomes magical. But when we stay in our heads and we're only like half analyzing it and coming over here and complaining about it and not really engaging with it in a real tangible way, then it has very limited possibility to ever turn out magically because we're kind of half-hearted. We're kind of half-hearted about it instead of wholehearted. And to be wholehearted means we're looking at things from this creative standpoint rather than a reactive standpoint. And so there's so much I could say about that, but I just want to see where you'd like to go with this conversation. But the number one thing that I would suggest that people do is flip the context and say, this isn't happening to me. This is happening for me. What is life asking of me right now? What could I be becoming if I only let myself be becoming something right now instead of just reacting and being shut down by these circumstances?
I just got a shot of energy, just like, yes, this happens every time I talk to you, though. I seem to come and like, hang out with Sue and Elisa. And
Yeah.
I mean, everything you're saying is like just resonates right to my core. I had a friend of mine yesterday who said to me, I've learned all my lessons with this. I'm done with this. I need for this to be over. And I said, well, that's interesting that you say that because it's still happening. So maybe collectively and or individually, we haven't learned our lessons. What else? What more do we need to look at? What more do we need to tap into our creativity? And when you say tap into your creativity, expound on that a little bit. Like, what does that look like?
Yeah. So people don't realize that we have the ability to decide what this day is going to be like, regardless of our external circumstances. You know, we were raised in a culture that says, of course I'm unhappy. Look what just happened. Of course I'm mad at you. Look what you just said. Of course I feel this way. Look at my life. Look at my external circumstances. That's how we were raised, thinking and operating. And that's not the way we were built to operate. We were built to operate in such a fashion that we look inside and we access what is it I'm most interested in experiencing today. And no matter what, deciding that's the experience I'm going to have. For instance, if I get up in the morning and I say, you know what, I'm doing joy today. Joy is what I'm seeking. So I'm going to be in the vibrational frequency of joy. And then no matter what happens in my outer world, if I choose to enjoy me and my life, I'm going to look at that situation differently than I would have if I hadn't empowered myself before my feet hit the floor that morning and decided, hey, I'm doing easy today. Whatever comes my way, I'm going to find the easy way to approach it. I could make it harder. I could decide it's just going to be easy. Our team does that all the time. We have new projects and so much creativity and so much happening all the time. It could get complex and we could get serious and it could get boggish and get intimidating. But we just decide, you know what? There's going to be an easy way to do this and we're going to find it. We're going to make it easy on the inside, which we can do simply by everyone right now that's watching. Just relax yourself on the inside of your body. Just relax. Just relax. You can still be highly focused and highly performing and be relaxed on the inside of your body, which is something that we don't even realize. So that's creative. You're being creative when you decide, oh, I'm going to go about it this way, and I'm going to create a way for that to stay alive today, no matter what happens in my world, and no matter what anybody says, or no matter what I get handed at work. I'm just going to be flexible and pliable and available so that I can stay relaxed and get a whole lot done, because I can get more done when I relax this body and let the power of the universe pour through me. Let me just show you this, okay? This is who we really are, and this is who we think we are. And we're constantly seeking our higher self or guidance or talking to spirit and saying, you know, show me the way. And actually, this is actually who we are. And this is a project that we're doing. We think this is who we are and this is what we're seeking, that we're seeking this. And what our job down here is to do is to open, relax, so that this can fall in and fall through us and come out before us and pave the way. Because that's how we're supposed to be living. And we were invited to do that a couple thousand years ago. And we've, just held it at bay. The Buddha said anyone can be Buddha. The Christed being said you could do all this and more. And so, it's a few thousand years ago and we're still kind of, warming up to the idea, right, and still keeping it at bay. And, creativity is just letting it be true for us too. Just let it be.
Absolutely. So for those of you watching, I would love to know, what are the biggest challenges you're having right now? What are you struggling with? We're going to try and get to some questions, but something that Leslie said right here is, so go ahead and put that in the comments, because I can see all of your comments here. Hold on a second. Where'd she go? At the risk of sounding negative, there are so many people dying and suffering and scared, and the collective energy is intense. I mean, you turn on the news and there's more news about, people of color suffering and all of these things that we have going on in the world.
You bet.
So how do we maintain our energy? How do we stay focused? And for those people who have lost their jobs, and for those people that are isolating or in quarantine, if you will, or at home by themselves, what can we offer to them right now?
You bet. Lots and lots of things happening for lots and lots of people. And, I can speak to this in a way similarly to how I've always spoken to it when somebody unexpectedly lost their job. I would unequivocally say, there's a reason that you weren't in that job anymore. There's something better waiting for you. And granted, it would be nice if you had a little more security about how we're going to pay the bills and what's going to happen here and what's next. But we never really know what is next. We don't ever know, even if we think we know. Nobody knew in January that by March, none of us were going to know what was going on. In January, we thought we knew how to predict the future. And in February, we still thought that. And by the end of February, clearly, we realized that we hadn't been knowing, even though we thought we did. So I'm inviting people to just open up and surrender to what is happening and recognize that if we envelop energy vibrations such as faith and trust and belief that I am divinely guided and that there is a purpose to everything that is unfolding in my life, if I will allow that to actually be vibrationally true in my heart, then my vibration shifts and it opens. Even if I'm under horrible circumstances, horrible, what we would call horrible circumstances, even if I am that, in that, if I open in faith and trust and hope and belief, then the largest amount of possibility can pour through me. And it will become obvious to me that, oh, I'm supposed to go talk to this person who I talked to a couple of years ago. Maybe they're looking for someone to hire. I lost my job. I'm not working. Maybe something will occur to us to look at the one ads or to reach inside and take this time to evaluate, what do I really want to be doing? Maybe I was doing something just to pay the bills, and it really wasn't my soul's purpose. It really wasn't my true calling. It wasn't really my divine alignment in some way. And if we use this time to our advantage, because there is a reason that we've all been asked to go home and sit down. There's a reason that we're on pause.
I love that. There's a reason why we've all been sent into the corner.
Yeah, you go home and sit down. Think about it.
Just sit down. That's what I love. I mean, I love that. We're being home, being sent home to sit down.
Sit down. Sit down. Become present. Become aware. Like contemplate. Evaluate. Don't just grieve and fret and worry, but rather open up and say, surrender, and just ask, okay, what am I supposed to be finding and feeling? And maybe changing inside of me and in my life. Maybe I'm supposed to be taking this moment as a major rearrangement. And I just want to lastly say, and if you're watching the news every day and you're getting caught up in a lot of the fantastical media, I want to invite you to pace yourself with that. Take a couple of days every week that you don't watch the news. Allow yourself to go into nature and to remember what's eternal. Remember the energetic vibrations that were present long before mankind got so busy and started inventing things that would ultimately threaten itself, like the environment and superbugs, because we've been so addicted to antibiotics and disempowering ourselves in so many ways for so long. There was an energy that was present and available to us all through those years. And we still have access to it. That's called grace. We still, Mother Nature is still hanging in there, providing for us what is needed to remember our wholeness and to remember our greatness. And so we have to honor that by going out, walking in the park, talking to the trees, lean up against a tree and feel the vibration of it. It might sound kind of crazy, but I assure you that it will ground you and integrate some energies that are swirling about right now and allow you to start thinking and feeling more clearly, and like you belong and like you have some empowerment, and you'll feel a connection that has been very disconnected in the past 6 months since all of these things have been happening. So, and yes, people are transitioning. And I also want to speak to that there is a divine plan in all of it. And if someone is transitioning at this time, it is a time for them to be transitioning. How do we know? Because they are transitioning. It is happening. And so perhaps this is an invitation for us to come into contact with our eternalness, to come into contact with the version of us that isn't just here and then non-existent, but that is here for a while and then we move on to our next endeavor. We are there. I know, because I move in and out of this dimension all the time in the practices that I've developed since a great awakening that I had 20 years ago at this level. And I spent the next decade of my life integrating that and trying to figure out how I could serve humanity with something I had inadvertently awakened to. And because of my focus on that, I understand that on an experiential level, that this is a temporal existence, period. And we are here to mature our awareness into that, make the most of it while we're here, and allow with great appreciation and reverie this life to be amazing and filled with grace and wonder and blessing.
And we're facing challenges that we've never, ever had before. So someone just posted that she was doing well, had a positive outlook, enjoying a strong life of prayer, meditation, affirmation. And now her sister is critically ill with COVID in the hospital, cannot be with her. And her anxiety level is just hitting the roof.
Yeah.
Hitting the roof.
So you want to love your sister. You affirm for her that she can absolutely move through this, come out whole and healthy and well. Worrying about is not the same as loving. When we love someone and we worry about them, that's another one of these assumptions that I was talking about. We say, of course I worry, I love you. And I want to tell you, if you love me, please don't worry about me. If you love me, because you're sending the vibration of love to me if you just love me. But if you worry about me, you're sending the vibration of worry to me. And that isn't healing at all. So we have to affirm for those that are sick, those that are challenged in this moment and really struggling to find themselves and to anchor. We must anchor for them and hold that stability, knowing that the highest good is going to be done, and she'll come out of this knowing herself better than she ever did before and having a beautiful appreciation for life, and probably be able to help other people in the future in ways she never would have known had she not been through this challenge. So, it's kind of it's a moment of reckoning. Like, we just have to recognize that we got to play in this in a way that is connected, that is in the flow, that is allowing us to tap into our full potential, and allowing us to truly honor our wholeness instead of tapping into our edge where we get wobbly and freaked out. So that's why I say, go into nature, find your heart, breathe in your belly, slow down your mind, slow down your breath so that you can slow down your mind. And these simple tools, while they seem simple and simplistic, they are the exact ingredients that are required for you to reconnect with your truth. And when you're connected with your truth, you don't project into the future about worrying. You don't fret on the past. You're right here and full of love and knowing that this too will pass, and this too can serve, and this too will allow me to find my full potential.
Absolutely. And it takes practice. It's not something, and this is the thing that I hear over and over again. Oh, but I tried it. It didn't work, but it takes practice. It's like you don't sit down at a piano and all of a sudden you can play, Chopin's, 8 Revolutionary Etude. You can't, you have to practice at it. It's not something that, at least for me, some people it does shift for them like that. But I know for me, it does take practice and learning and spiritual education. And this is why we do what we do in creating all these events all over the world. And now, of course, we're moving to online programs. And so this is a perfect segue for us to announce the surprise. So I'm going to jump in there and announce the surprise that we have.
Okay.
Okay. So for the first time ever. So I think there are 2 people in this world that I know of, when I say this world, the spiritual world, the teaching world, the personal development world, that I think are just so amazing, that they speak similar, very, 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 very similar language, come from a different viewpoint, but their work is so, how would you explain, who I'm talking about, you and somebody else? Your work is just really, really fits together.
Yeah.
So
very collaborative. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we've created an event, an online event, so everybody all over the world can attend this, an online program with the amazing Dr. Sue Morter and the fabulous Greg Braden. So if you know anything about Greg Braden and his work, he's one of the pioneers of bringing science and spirituality together. And of course, we know Dr. Sue is as well. And so we're going to do this fantastic weekend journey with Dr. Sue and Greg Braden. And I'm telling you, it is going to be a game changer. It's on October 16th through the 18th. And if you want to learn more about it, Tanya, do you want to go ahead and put up the URL for it? You can go to celebrateyourlife.com/human potential. And this is all about redefining wholeness and your own human. Do you want to speak to what we're doing, Sue?
Well, sure. Greg and I both love science, and we also love humanity. And when those 2 things come together, there's a lot of passion behind this program. I absolutely loved being in conversation with Greg and Liz, and as we were kind of just heartstorming and brainstorming and allowing some divine guidance to come in. And what we know is that we are more than we think we are. and it is time for humanity to realize what our true potential is. So it's going to be rather cutting edge in a lot of ways regarding our health and our vitality, and regarding our potential to create and demonstrate our leadership in the world, not leading other people, but leading our life path in such a beautiful and empowering way that we heal and we recognize who we really are again, and we come into contact with that. So we both are very interested in cutting edge science, and we both are interested in helping humanity. And I personally have had 30 years of clinical experience on top of growing up with a father who was a pioneer in energy medicine. And so I have a very keen eye on how to make sure that someone implements and integrates what we are teaching and sharing so that they can embody it and take it with them.
Exactly.
So when we talk about practice, really, I want to invite people into a new way of living, so that it's not something that you have to practice a little bit every day and then you go back to who you've always been, but really just start to open up your reality. So during the course, we're going to open up your reality. We kind of blow the doors off of who you think you are and what you're capable of. But then we're going to land you and ground you in that and allow you some step-by-step processes that are going to assure that you can implement and integrate and benefit from what we're talking about. Because it's not enough just to blow your mind, right?
Exactly.
We want to wake you up.
These two amazing teachers are going to come together, Greg and Sue, and it's the first time they've ever done anything like this. We've been trying to get this together for like 3 or 4 years. And what's really, really interesting is that it took this experience of COVID to be able to do this online. And we have a discount code. The discount code is Dr. Sue. It is not going to be there for probably only 4 or 5 days. It's a $75 discount that you can get right now for about 4 or 5 days. I think it's going to go away on September 8th. I think we set it for. So if you want to get the lowest price ticket, it's a huge, massive bundle that we put together. So it's a workshop that starts on Friday night, October 16th. It's going to be an in-depth, life-changing conversation with Dr. Sue and Greg together. And then all day Saturday, you're going to be in workshop, 4 hours with Dr. Sue, 4 hours with Greg Braden. And then on Sunday morning, Dr. Sue's going to do body awake yoga. And then we're going to follow it up with a question and answer time with Dr. Sue and Greg Braden together. And we're doing a whole fabulous super Zoom platform where both Dr. Sue and Greg are going to get to see everybody that's on there. You're going to be able to see each other. We're going to do breakout sessions. So this is the coolest thing. Yeah. So we found a company that can put all of us into breakout sessions. So during some of the exercises that Dr. Sue is going to be doing, you can interact with other conference attendees. Plus, we put together a fabulous free bonus package when you sign up for the event. So you're getting $75 off. You're getting all this great bonus package. You're getting the 108 ways to step into your magnificent life with Dr. Sue. You're getting a video lesson with Greg. You're getting all kinds of extra juicy stuff, because I'm all about free stuff.
Yeah. In fact, I think that we're including even a video of an entire other program that I teach that is a full day program of introducing you to technique after technique once we understand this big picture bird's eye view we're talking about. So you're gonna it's more than one program that you're getting in this program.
I know. It's when I actually wrote that on the website. I wrote, this is 2 for 1, because it's like
within a program
with all the extra bonuses. So the code is Dr. Sue, all in caps. So that's DR Sue, SUE, all in caps. So there's no period. It's just DRSUE, all in caps. That is the coupon code, and it's only good until September 8th. So DR Sue. Okay, Salima, that's a great point. You're living in a different time zone. So what we're going to do is we're going to record the sessions. And so if you're in a different time zone or even if you just miss part of it, you'll have 14 days post the event to be able to access all the information.
As well as like listen to it again, because sometimes when you're at a live event, it's like you catch it or you miss it and then it's done. So this is one thing that I've loved about this type of platform, is that people can listen and then they can go chew on it, walk around, take a walk in the park, come back and let me dive into that little piece again, because we are able to absorb it when we hear things more than one time. So
Exactly.
fabulous. Yeah, that's a
You know,
really
that's what I love about it. I mean, I love our live events, and we audio record them, but we're actually video recording this one. And what I love so much is that we can still be in the room together. You know, because I've heard over and over again, it's not just about the speakers, although this one, it's really going to be about the speakers because they're so fabulous. It's also the people that you meet and also the connections that you make.
Yeah.
We'll have a private Facebook group for everyone to connect prior to. We'll have all of these fabulous bonuses. We're going to have that super Zoom sessions where you can meet other people. So it's going to be like such a great time. So you've got it. And we have payment plans. If you need a payment plan, our phone number is on the website. So you can absolutely do a payment plan if that's what you need. We want to support everybody in being there because we know that this information is so important to everyone around the world right now, especially with these two game changer teachers, Greg Braden and Dr. Sue Morter, together for the first time ever.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward. I'm really, really looking forward to teaching with Greg, Liz. We have always had a deep heart resonance from the moment that we met, and we saw each other. We saw that we see what's really happening and how to impart that and to allow everyone to step up and learn, because everyone learns differently. And when a teacher is sensitive to those various ways that support someone in embodying the essence of the teaching, it is exponentially beneficial. And I really feel a deep coherence with Greg in that way, that we're here to serve. And that is what makes all the difference, in my opinion, in a program that is truly sustainably life-changing, long-lasting, and mostly deeply meaningful to who we are and what life is all about and what it is that's happening here, how to make sense out of it, and how to masterfully, manage it. And on top of that, to even have the courage to open our hearts and bring out what we would truly love to see manifest, and be vulnerable enough to experience the strength in vulnerability and authenticity that we're going to bring forward in this program, because it is what matters most. And thank you, Liz. I just wanted to say before we sign off today, thank you for wanting to bring such depth of programming forward to people and gathering people from around the world that you will be doing with this program, because it has never been needed more. And I don't mean to sound like humanity is in a crisis, because I really think we're on the precipice of birthing ourselves into an amazing new reality, an amazing new version of what humanity truly is, redefining humanity. And so by you gathering us in this way, you are making a tremendous contribution to humanity. So thank you, Liz.
Thank you. Well, Greg, I have to tell so I've been in meetings on Zoom conversations with Greg and Dr. Sue, and it's, oh my goodness, I walk away from those conversations like, wow, it's so crazy. But one of the greatest compliments I know that I took as an amazing compliment is that Greg Braden gets asked a lot to do, and so do you. You get asked a ton to partner with people all the time to bring in another teacher. And Greg gets asked all the time to, this teacher calls and wants to partner with him. And Greg said it, and I know it was stated so beautifully when he said it. He said, Sue, I get asked all the time, and I have to turn them down because I just don't see the coherence. I don't see the fit. I don't see where it matches. But he said to Dr. Sue, he said, our work just complements one another so exquisitely. And I just thought that was really, I don't know, I just thought that was really wonderful that he and I know you too, that you get asked and you see how the two of you, the work together. Yeah. And I know that people have actually asked me for this. People have actually suggested this to me, like, you should have Dr. Sue and Greg Braden together. That's going to blow people's minds. It's going to be a game changer, people. So you don't want to miss it.
Yes, I get asked to collaborate, and oftentimes it's just there's a lot of stuff in the works there that just kind of, it's like just not. I just don't feel it. But when you invited me into this, it got my attention. It was like, wow, that would totally Be perfect. And so I'm really looking forward to what we're going to share with people.
Of something really wild. I just do. I think next year when we're ready, we're all going to take a trek somewhere magical and fabulous together.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
Megan Sue, Dr. Sue. All right, everybody. That's it for now. Go ahead and check out the website, and that discount code is only good until September 8th. It's an extra $75 off. This is a screaming deal because you're, honest to goodness, you're getting like 2 events in one because of all the amazing bonuses that Greg and Dr. Sue have put together for this. They just are looking to serve in the highest way possible for humanity, for your lives, for everybody around the world. And that's the beauty of this. No matter where you are in the world, you can absolutely participate. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
In your pajamas, in your living room. How fabulous is that?
Everybody gets a front row seat. You know, I love it. Everybody gets a front row seat. That's what I love about it. Exactly. I always feel so sad when there's somebody 15 rows back and it's like, hey, but here we are. You know, people say, I feel like you're just talking to me the whole time. And you know, I am.
And we are. See them because you'll see them on your, you'll get to see everybody and get to scroll through and see all the attendees. All right, you guys, that's it. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much for joining us. We feel so blessed that you were here today and hung out with Dr. Sue and I today. And we'll see you for that event. Make sure and check that out. CelebrateYourLife.com.
Awesome.
All right.
Blessings, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Mwah.